Well, you dress like a lesbian, a conservative lesbian. I'm trying to make my steak as like a kooky lesbian, you know?
No, it definitely fits your vibe. It's
Yeah, I'm like a little
with
like
with the blazer, it looked cool.
Welcome to Friends on Purpose
where two friends talk about life, love,
and finding purpose.
So today we're talking about siblings. Siblings, birth order, identity, and chaos. All that having a brother or sister or both, what
or
that
none.
means. You know, how much of you is developed or determined by your birth order, how where you fall as oldest, youngest, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm a middle child of 4. So I don't know where that puts me. Like, that's technically...
You're a middle child.
I'm middle, but my brother is too.
Yeah.
Because
You guys are both
two,
middle children.
Okay. So a quick breakdown, the science of birth order, right? So the idea is that the oldest... You good?
Sorry. Yeah.
The old...
I dropped
the
my
oldest
science.
tends to be the more responsible one, the leader, the rule follower, right? And then the middle one is the one that is adaptable, the mediator, often overlooked, but also can be like super independent. And then the youngest tends to be the rebellious one, the attention-seeking, and like the charming, kind of charismatic one.
Yeah.
And then the one that you know all too well is the only child.
Yep.
Which is like independent, mature, self-directed.
Perfect.
And these are all, from what I understand, stereotypes.
Right.
Is that right?
Beautiful.
I don't know if there's like, this is actual science.
I have some science here, and so I spent a solid 40 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, deep research.
Some real Google
Really,
searching.
yeah. And it wasn't just Google; it was also Instagram,
Bing.
and it was and it was also Yahoo and AOL.com. How I summarized my thinking is that it's like there's definitely birth order research. It's out there. There's a lot of people are interested in it. When it comes to two areas, intelligence and career, the science is most easily replicable. So there's like seems to be the highest correlation or predictability between birth order and impacts on intelligence and career.
Interesting.
The most squidgy research seems to come from birth order and personality.
Yeah.
So take that for what you will, but also the big takeaway was like all of this stuff is really interrelated to all sorts of other things. Like, it doesn't matter as much your birth order if you were raised by a single mother, or it doesn't matter so much your birth order if you, like, both your parents were imprisoned. Like, you know, there's like so many factors that can go into impacting that. But
well, when I think of birth order and siblings, I think the major influences are the siblings, not the parents.
But if, for example, you maybe have a single parent, a sibling can easily slide into a parental role, like an older, you know, so like it just, the like impacts start to get switchy. So, but the two things I'll just say is that, a study done by the University of Illinois, shout out my former employer, 377,000 high school students were studied by a psychologist, Brent Roberts, and researcher Radhika Damian. They found that while firstborns do consistently have higher IQs, the differences were so small, like that it doesn't really have an impact on your daily life. So they were like, yes, firstborns have a demonstrative, like a statistically significant higher IQ, but that like over the course of a life, it's not going to make the difference between you being wildly successful or not. It's just like, sure, you have a couple points on your siblings.
Right.
Doesn't, you know. So that's what they're saying. It's just like, yes, some of the stuff bears out, but.
So there are some characteristics depending on where you fall in your sibling order, but it's not like personality horoscopes.
I think that it could also be like a self-fulfilling prophecy, and like can also be like there was a big study between Japan and the US, and birth order trends were completely different because of our Eastern Western like ideologies.
So cultural. It's different.
So I think that we should just say within our cultural lens, like, you know, like where we want to talk about this is, yes, very like horoscopy, very like, let's talk about the vibes of siblings, because people will probably see some relatable things in this, regardless of whether there's science.
Because if other people are relating to it, I think it is significant, even if it isn't like statistically proven.
Right.
I think
there's something there.
There's some real truth to the oldest being the responsible one, or the one. Right. And I think you're right. It can be self-fulfilled in a sense. I think I think that like you kind of assume these roles as children, and then as you grow older and you grow apart, you assume a different role, or assume a piece of that, and that you carry with you. But when you reunite with your family, you're thought of that person you were, which I think is where a lot of the tension can come in terms of just like really grating on, you know, like I can say things to my sister and she'll just, and we've talked about it before, you know, just say something like your mom or your partner, you know, can say something that really gets under your skin like nobody else can. And I think it's because it's coming from this like, I don't know if foundational is the right word, but like,
like,
you know,
deep
the
well of history.
Yeah. Like they know you before you were you know?
And also like, it's your longest, like for siblings, it's your longest relationship you'll probably ever have if you stay in touch with them. Like, they're there from the beginning.
So I am the middle child. So it goes my sister, Elizabeth, then Graham, then me, and then Evelyn. There's 4 of us.
And it just like, just to start off as an observer, that makes so much sense. Like
me being a middle child,
everything, like Liz being the eldest, like it's just like that those tropes have fallen into place.
That is a movie family right there.
Yes,
like
exactly.
Everybody has that character. And so you know, when I think about like the typical middle child struggles or, you know, characteristics, I do not think that I was independent. And maybe I'm interpreting this in a specific way, but like I look at my brother and he was out the door, you know, at age 9, and he's again, this comes back to personality, you know. I don't think our personalities are affected by our relationships with our siblings, because he's very outgoing. He's very, he's not shy. He's definitely the guy who takes the lead, or, you know, assumes the lead just naturally. He's a visionary, you know, so he's like gets everybody excited about something.
He's perfect.
He's perfect. He's my big brother, so I look up to him, right?
Yeah.
And so I would say he's independent. But I think we both have struggled with feeling overlooked as middle children. And so for me, that was mostly in the context of church. when it came to church stuff, I felt like, I felt overlooked, like within the family, when the family was functioning in that way. I definitely am a peacemaker. I think we found that out through the Enneagram. Mm-hmm. I can definitely instigate, and just ask my sisters. I'm not that all the time. I just, every now and again, I like to push buttons and really lay it on them. Which is terrible because I hate it when that happens to me, but
that's your role. It's your God-given right,
Yeah. And I would say my brother is all of those things too. Mm-hmm. I think he behaves in similar ways. We do it in our own ways, because we have those different personalities. He's more of an extrovert. I'm more of an introvert. So we kind of have our versions of those things. But you're the only child.
Right.
So are you like all things or no things?
Yeah. Only children have such a connotation. When we were talking about this episode, I was like, we got to talk about only children. You're kind of like why? And it was like, well, have you ever? Sensitive. I'm like, have you ever gotten shit for having siblings? And you're like, no. And then you're like, oh, like I get just as soon as someone finds out you're an only child, they're like, oh. There's
that makes so much sense.
Oh, you must be selfish.
It's like when they find out your horoscope. Oh, you're like, an Aries. Okay, now that makes sense.
Yes, right, exactly. And there's just like this, the spoiled trope, right? Is the
right, yeah.
And like, I never wanted for
spoiled,
anything.
Though.
I mean,
well, okay.
I was spoiled in that like I went to boarding school. I went to summer camp.
That's not like only child spoiling.
No, I think it was just like I was the only thing my parents were dumping their resources into.
Were you considered like the princess or the prize, can't do any wrong?
I guess the way I experienced it, and I don't know anything other than how I grew up, but it was like, as an only child, you are both like it's a double-edged sword of your parents have all their attention on you, for better or for worse.
Yeah, okay.
It's just like, there's no hiding. There's no break. Mm-hmm. There's no like sibling to be like, man, mom and dad are so annoying. Am I right? You're just like,
That's funny because I don't think that conversation happens between siblings.
That's so that leads into the question of like, what did siblings seem as like a only child, like looking in and being with friends who had siblings? Honestly, the first thing that came to mind is like loud. It just like when I would go over to friends' houses, I was like, Jesus, how is this house so friggin' loud all the time? Yeah. And it was just like, I would have like friends, I would be like at sleepovers with friends' house, or like an older sibling, like an older brother would like run in and fart and run out. And I was just like, like, why are they opening the door without knocking? Like
opening the door, farting, turning the light off, knocking something off the dresser, and then leaving. Yeah.
Yes. That was baffling to me.
Yeah.
I was a very quiet, like my first sentence as a child was, I like peace and quiet. No joke. Like I was just I was a very solitary child. And then also, like, I think this thing happens with only children often, is that because you're near your parents, we're often like highly loquacious. We like only children are known to be hyperverbal because they're like talking. Right. Their only outlet is with adults. And they're often like parentified a little bit because you're like brought in sometimes as like an equal member.
Do you think you're more mature because of it?
Obviously, I'm the most mature person ever. Yeah, I mean, I think you're
matured sooner. Maybe
yes,
not.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
And then like I just like
I think that has a lot to do with. I mean, it makes sense with your parents though, but I think that can happen. Like we were always getting, Emily and I were always getting compliments about our kids being more mature in that way, in that, our kids weren't afraid to interact
with adults and
in an intelligent way. And I think that had a lot to do with just the fact that they were in church every week and they were around
other adults, and other people.
More so than most kids. But yeah, I mean, that checks out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you say you were lonely? Because that's kind of a thing too, isn't it? Like for the only kid, the only child. We
moved like 12 times before I went to college. So I was always the new kid.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that's rough.
I guess I don't have a hard time making new friends. So it was kind of like every summer that we moved, which was often, it was like, okay, we're packing up and we're moving and we're in a new place. And I would have like, in reality, it was like a couple weeks where I like didn't know anyone. And because I was an only child, I just like, I played with like my own toys in my own room. I like catch me talking to the mirror a lot. Like I just was like having conversations in the mirror.
That's
a
normal,
lot
though. Like I played alone a lot, and I would like zone out. Like I would draw for hours. I'd be playing with Legos for hours.
Yeah.
And if my brother wasn't there, I would be perfectly happy to like, entertain myself.
Do your own thing.
But I did have that built-in friend.
Right, a buddy.
Me and my brother are a year and a half apart, so we were close, and especially as young kids, like under the age of say 8, we were buds. And if we ever went to go see a friend, we would both go see them.
Go together.
It wasn't like he would go and we would rarely split apart. Yeah. And so that is something I do really like, and am happy that has remained, because we're still friends.
I just feel really privileged to be in on a group chat with you and your brother, which I can only describe as chaos.
Yeah. So I went to go see him this past weekend, and it was so good. But there was that stuff, like he was getting under my skin, and
you guys like to rib each other.
Yeah. And he's like the king at that. Like, that's his deal, and it's funny until it's not.
And then you're really done. Yeah.
We even wrestled a little bit.
Oh my god. Yeah.
We used to fight all the time.
Just like slap
but not
each other.
like, well, not like we would get mad at each other, right?
Yeah.
And I grew up thinking this was normal, and I still kind of think it is. Because it is to me like a form of play, like
lion cubs.
Yeah. But like we would wail on each other, and the weird thing about it is, there was kind of just this unspoken rule: is you just don't go for the face.
The face.
We'd never punch each other's face, but we'd punch each other everywhere. We made up this thing called, I think we made it up. We call it beaning. To where you take your knuckles and you just hit really hard on the crown of their head, and it would sting so bad.
That sounds awful.
And so, it's very painful. I remember this one time, like, I won a bet, and Graham was supposed to give me a pocket knife because I won the bet, and he wouldn't, because he's being a little turd.
Yeah.
He just held it tight in his fist. So finally I just tackled him, and I was trying to wrench it out of his hand, and it wasn't working. So I grabbed his lapel, and I shimmy him over towards the laundry room doors, and I grab the door, and I just hammer it on his head until finally he lets go. But he's laughing the whole time. It's like, it is chaos. It's like frantic chaos, and you get like all hot and sweaty, and we would just fight like that. But we also knew it was a form of play. Like we would definitely get angry, but 2 minutes later we'd be buds again.
Yeah, that's the part I don't understand. Like, it's just the part I have no concept of. Like, I had teammates, like soccer teammates or whatever, but it's not the same, because you just the downtime that you spend with a sibling is just a lot of time.
And there was rarely having to say you were sorry, or there was never that. It was just like a mutual understanding that it's done now. We got that out of our system.
Yeah.
We literally go back to what we were doing, you know,
Wow.
and that was normal for us. And it's funny, like, I don't see my boys doing that. I have
Because
4
they're on their screens.
boys. It might be, but they share a room, you know?
Oh, right.
And so I'm sure there is the tussle occasionally that I don't see, but like, not like me and my brother. And again, maybe that's personality. Maybe that's, I don't know what that is. And thank goodness, like, I'm not having to, like.
Did your parents intercede when you guys would fight ever? Like, was there?
Sometimes, but most of the time they were never there. You know, it was in our room. It was outside. It was,
Yeah.
And we're like millennial kids. So
Yeah.
we were always everywhere. You know, we would be outside all day and not see our mom for 8 hours.
Yeah.
We were just all around the neighborhood. So yeah, that was kind of like me and Graham's deal.
What about your sisters?
Our sisters, we wouldn't fight with. They might hit us. Like Liz might slap Graham upside the back of the head, or me, or might poke us really hard in the ribs or something.
Yeah.
But they weren't. Liz is, I don't know, 4 years older than me.
Yeah.
And so I think she got more aggressive with Graham when they were younger, but
Yeah.
By the time she was a teenager, it wasn't a regular thing. The thing we would do to tease her, we actually gave her a nickname. I texted Graham today. He's like, "What are some stories I can tell?" He's like, "Tell her about the whale." So we'd call her the whale, okay? Which is
so
horrible.
messed up.
It's horrible.
So
it had nothing
messed
to do with her size. It had everything to do with tickling her. And she hated being tickled on the feet, the bottom of the feet. So what we would do is we'd gang up on her. One of us would sit on her, like she'd be like reading a book on the couch or something. She'd never go outside. So we'd always pick on her for that. And so we'd run up. One of us would like jump and like sit on like her torso, right? And then the other one would like basically headlock her ankles, like just and like cinch down, and so her feet would be sticking out here. And then you could tickle them. But because she was being weighed down by the other guy, all she could do was bend her knees. So you would end up like, whoa, whoa, and it would be like a whale, Here comes the whale, and she would be livid. She would be so frustrated.
Yeah,
so that we would do that
respecting
to her
space. Yeah, like I'm like I even now as an adult, I have this like absolute aversion to like surprise touching, or like I'm just like, because it was such a like, I don't know, like I lived such a quiet, solitary existence at home. Like my parents, we would like have dinner together at the table every night. I would do the dishes. My parents would retire to the TV room. They would turn on Seinfeld. I would finish the dishes and sit down with them. We'd watch an episode of Seinfeld, and then it was like, go do your homework.
That's
and
very
like,
only child-esque.
Yep. And I was like, I'll go do my homework. Bye. Good night. Mwah, mwah. And then it's like, tuck myself in. I just
sing a song to the moon out the window while
I might. I might. I would read a book and then go to bed. I had my own bathroom. Like I was my own room.
You had your own bathroom.
Yeah, my parents had a bathroom in their bedroom, and I had a bedroom.
You're the only one using.
I'm the only
bathroom.
one. So it was like the bathroom that was in the hall.
We had
upstairs.
one bathroom going up.
Yeah.
And so we would have to wait.
Right.
And it was funny, like with Ev, she was little. She's 4 years apart from me, I think.
Yeah. So there's how many years between she and Liz?
8, I think.
Yeah, that's a lot.
8 or 9. So she was the baby. She was the youngest. Yeah. And I was usually the guy who had to go upstairs with her while she went pee.
Yeah.
She's like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But at night, she would be scared to go up there alone.
Yeah.
So I would have to go up there, and just sit at the door, and she wouldn't want me to close the door. So she's just this little baby peeing on the potty.
Yeah.
And I'd have to sit there, and I would torture her. And this is how we would get Ev. Because she was so little, we wouldn't get real physical with her.
Yeah.
We would just torture her mentally. So so this is so bad. So like the bathroom is at the top of the stairs. So I can sit at the top stair while also looking into the bathroom. And so I would sit there, but then I would just slowly go down the stairs, and she would be like, no, don't leave. And then I would like make it sound like, I hit the stairs with my feet, and it sounded like, come back. And then she, scream bloody murder.
Yeah. You'd wake up the whole house.
Yeah. But then Graham especially, but she did this with all of us. And we still tease her to this day. We have like family memes, that were born out of our childhood. So this is one of them. When she would get so frustrated, she would stomp one foot, and then she'd be like, "I don't want to," and then she like tense her legs up. She's like, and so whenever there's something we don't want to do, that's what we do.
That's what
I don't want to, and do that little. And so there are things like, we have stuff with Liz, we have stuff with Grant. I mean, we all have our own thing that applies to like funny instances.
It's a little shorthand.
And you have, and you have that with friends and stuff. But it's
sure.
funny
Well, I had a cousin, so I have my mom is one of 5. And so I have a lot of first cousins, and a lot. And we were around each other a lot growing up. And so, but for a long time, I was the only child cousin. Yeah. And so my cousins, they were like, they hated that, like I was just this like little shitty thing.
Well, from a big family, it was like the only child has got it made. Like
totally.
You're so lucky.
Yeah, you're like, you have your own room, you get whatever
you have. Your own room, you have all kinds of toys, and the toys are nice.
The toys are cool. Yeah. No hand-me-downs. So so I had this older cousin. So my eldest cousins there's 3 of them, Matt, Sam, and Ben, and they would torture me. They would pick me up by my overalls and carry me around. My grandma had this laundry chute, and they would like tell me there were monsters in the laundry chute, and then they would stick my head down there and hold me by my feet. And like if I needed to use the bathroom, someone would run in there first and shut the bathroom, and they would fill up this water cup, and they would just like pretend to be peeing for a really long time. And they'd be like, I'm not done yet. And I just like I was defenseless. I had no armor for it. I just was like,
yeah, right. Oh. Yeah.
So that was,
so
then
you're
I just
kind of
assumed,
soft in that way.
Yeah. I assumed siblings are awful, because you're like, why would they do that to you? Like, why would they be mean to you like that?
It's funny. I never thought of my siblings as being, I'm sure there are people out there who have had awful siblings, but with as much like torment we put each other through, I never thought of any of my brother or my sisters as like being awful, or can't escape them. It's like we all like each other.
I just have no tolerance for it. I just like, I didn't have to. I have like, like to this day, I'm still so particular about like my space and my quiet.
Yeah. It's like it's a conditioning for sure.
Yeah. It's like how I was formed.
That gets you, or not formed.
Right. I was, underdeveloped in the sibling annoyance realm.
Good for you. Bless you.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad about it.
Except when somebody tries to.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, when I think a lot about aging parents, that's when like, my parents, as they age and pass on, like that's it. I'm the only keeper of my family memories, and I'm the only ones that'll take care of them. There's nobody else. And that's a lot. Like that can be,
I think
heavy.
that sounds like eldest sibling energy. you know, taking on responsibility, kind of filling the gap, not needing to be told to do something.
Yeah, you just do it.
But just assume the responsibility.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's interesting. So you probably have like a little bit of everything.
I think I'm oldest and youngest. I don't think I'm middle. There's no way you can be forgotten as the only.
Okay.
You know,
fair.
like you're just like, you're both like the one who has to do it all and you're the darling,
right.
you know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, should we bring in our special guest?
I think we should bring in a sibling.
The eldest, a sibling. She is a sibling, not my sibling.
Thank God.
Thank God.
It's not legal.
But she is the eldest of her family, the only daughter, the CEO of siblings, my wife, Emily.
Let's bring her in. Hey.
There she is.
You sound good, Emily.
We have upgraded, folks, to better audio when we bring our special guest in. So
That's right. That's so true.
You're welcome. Thanks to Graham, again, our executive producer.
We call him Daddy Graham.
No, we do not.
Like Daddy Warbucks. No? Okay.
No. You can call him that.
I call him Daddy Graham.
I would like that.
He's my zaddy.
Oh no.
Graham's got my number. It's fine.
All right. So we brought in the eldest of four, only daughter, Emily
ringer.
Ward Kirk.
Yeah. My credentials. Man.
So we have some questions for you.
Okay.
Emily,
Elaine, why don't you?
Yeah, as Eric introduced you as the CEO of Siblings.
Oh, nice.
What in your opinion is it like being the oldest of four?
It's like, I mean, it is like being a CEO. There's no way that they would agree with me on that. Like, there's no way that they would be like, yeah, she's in charge of us. No, but that's how it feels. Like, I'm an overseer of like what is happening within the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you like a communications conduit?
In some ways, yeah. Some ways. But so like, I have one brother who we don't really have a lot of contact anymore. He's my closest in age.
Okay.
But my younger brothers are like 11 and 14 years younger than me. So it's very much more like I don't know. It's almost like a...
And you spent a lot of time taking care of them as a teenager.
Yes. I was full babysitting at like 11, 12. Overnight babysitting. Yeah. I was like...
And that leads to our second question.
So, yeah, that. So I think it would be fair to say that you felt like well, in our question we have a second parent, but I guess that'd make you a third.
Right.
Yeah, right, because they had two parents, yeah. Yes. But like, it's funny.
What ways?
It's
in what
funny
ways?
Because like all right, so not to be like too overly detailed about this, but like I'm actually I had 5 younger siblings. So and they were all still brothers, but my brother that was born about 3 years after me, he passed away when he was a baby.
Right.
Which is some of my youngest memories, my first memories. And then, so to me, the feeling of like being like a protector of all of my younger siblings was like there from day one.
Totally.
Heightened. Like severely heightened at some points in my life. But yeah. So,
was that feeling, Emily, do you feel like that was a feeling you just inherently like picked up? You were like, I'm the protector. I'm going to take care of my little, or was that ever insinuated from your parents? Did they ask you to step up in that role?
No, actually they did not ask me to do that. Like I can say that for sure because they were surprised at some things that, so like I could tell you a story about a moment where I knew that like, oh, I think maybe this is a me problem, was when we go grocery shopping with my mom, and there were those like 5-cent candy sample bins, you know?
Yeah.
And one of my brothers, I cannot remember which one, would get a lollipop every time. And I was paranoid the entire time we'd be in the grocery store that he was going to trip and fall and choke and die on the lollipop.
Whoa.
You're in the store, nobody's running. He's hanging onto the back of the cart. He's listening to my mom. Like, there's nothing dangerous here. She knows what's happening. But I was like eyes locked on, could not focus on anything except lollipop. I must be a better mother. You know?
Yeah.
I have to like lock in because she's busy. She's doing what she has to do. So I'm going to be the person to make sure he doesn't die on this grocery trip. You know what I mean?
So that's heavy.
So, yeah. But like, it's funny because we were talking a little bit about this earlier. And like, I don't remember feeling a lot of resentment about being like, about parenting my siblings.
Right.
Like, it felt normal. It felt like these are
and I think that's
brothers.
very
They're
reminiscent. I think that's reminiscent of the oldest sibling, right? Like, this is just what you do. You know?
They belong to me.
Kind of that.
You know,
It's kind of like it's almost stoic. Like, you know, you take pride in it.
Yeah.
I don't want to put words in your mouth, but
yeah.
Do you think? Yeah. Okay.
No, go ahead.
Do you think younger siblings recognize that? Like, would they? Maybe they would now, but did you feel like they treated you like that?
Like I was in charge of
like
them?
a second mom, you know, like
I
another
think they're
authority.
annoyed as heck with me.
Okay.
And I tried to boss them around. Man,
even
would
with
just
that
make
age gap,
faces.
like
Oh, yeah.
I certainly felt that with my sister, but we were closer in age. But like because you had over a decade between your little brothers.
When they were little, and we would like, I was like the main book reader to them, so they like loved that.
Yeah.
We would sit.
Okay.
It was like we had a whole routine. We had a nighttime routine.
Yeah.
Where I would sit.
And so
read this stack
they
of books.
listened to you like when you were babysitting them. Like they weren't like, you're not my mom. They were just like, you're in charge.
No, I was just in charge. It was real simple.
Yeah.
It was really simple.
And so now, today, like, what I think you started this off by like, oh my God, they would never say I'm the CEO of them. But like, how does that show up now?
Well, like, for example, we don't see each other a lot because they have like very busy lives and so do we. But as weird as it sounds, we were both down in North Carolina for the same weekend. With me and my youngest brother, Joseph. He's 14 years younger than me. So, and he's down there and he's got his girlfriend with him and he's got like a full beard, you know, like well trimmed, like, and it's just like, oh my gosh, look, it's Joseph it's a little baby Joseph.
He's
with
a
beard.
baby.
Like it's like a baby with a beard, you know, it's just like, oh my gosh, look how cute you are. Tell me about all of your career ideas. I love it. You know, and it's like, but I think I think the world of them.
And
they're pretty cool dudes.
I wonder, so like this, you know, this is like an only child blind spot here. Like my assumption of what it's like to have siblings on the positive side is that like as you grow older, you like have these ever changing but like kind of unshakable friendships with these people. Like that's my generous only child interpretation, that it like siblings get better with age, which I know like there are plenty of siblings who are like estranged or not around anymore, like, you know. But do you feel like that? Do you see that happening in your family, Emily?
Yes and no, because like it's like you get to a certain point where you're both just adults who have to see each other as adults and like appreciate each other for who you are outside of you're my big brother, you're my big sister, you know.
Yeah.
And I think like there's well, what I remember, and this is, I tell my kids this, is like my one brother that we don't really speak much, when we were like older teens, like we were best friends. And like that, I never thought that would happen because we were like, we were like 4 years apart, and like we were at each other's throats all through our childhood. But then you turn into a teenager and you're like, oh yeah, you're kind of a cool person.
Yeah.
It helped that he was also part of our friend group too. Like between me, him, and Owen, we were close.
You guys were all buddies.
What I remember though is like, and this happened with my sister when she got married and moved out. I all of a sudden had a new place to hang out that I could be at for as long as I wanted because it was family. And then I remember your brothers coming over.
Yes, that's true.
And hanging out with you. I wasn't there because I was working mostly, but but there was like that new dynamic of like, oh, my brother is in my house, not our house, but like, you know, and that was a lot of fun. Tell her some stories about that.
I taught them like math and science. So like I was in my 20s. My mom was homeschooling them, and sometimes she would send them down to me for like certain subjects. So they would walk down the hill. It was like a mile walk, and they would walk down and hang out at my house, and I would teach them math, like elementary school math, like 5th grade, 6th grade math, right? So they're like 11, 10 years
12,
old, right?
yeah.
Right? Yeah, 12 years old. And they are coming down the hill. So every day they come down the hill. And this one day, like, they come in the house. They're kind of sweaty from being outside. And Micah, he's 11 years younger than me. He, like, just kind of disappears. And I'm sitting at the table. We're, like, ready to go. Like, what are we doing? And he comes out, and he sits down. He starts math. And I go in the bathroom because, like, I had to go pee or whatever. And I found the sleeves of his shirt in the trash can. Like he had gone into the bathroom and cut the sleeves off his shirt because he was hot.
Just so like
I have
so Micah coded.
I came out, I was like, did you go in my bathroom and cut your shirt into pieces? Like, and he's like, yeah, it was hot. And I was like,
yeah, it was hot.
And I remember like distinctly, I was like, don't do weird stuff in my house. I have to tell Mom when you do weird stuff in my house.
And because we're in the center of town, sometimes they just show up and just come into our house and poop.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's like, stop using our house like a public restroom. You're smelling up the whole thing.
So funny. That's
siblings.
Yeah, like I cannot relate at all. Simply just can't relate.
Like you have weird stories, and I think as we've gotten older, there's like these moments that are really like strangely endearing where you find out that you're like in cahoots about something. Like we'll be in a family group and like one of our parents will say something like so out of pocket and we'll just all lock eyes like, are you serious right now?
Yeah.
What? And it's like the best moment where you're just like, he did not just say that. Okay. And you all meet in the kitchen later, just be like, so you're going to pour me an extra drink, right? And then we're all going to move on from that moment. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's a blast.
That's nice. Yeah.
There will be times where like Liz and Graham will say something, like bring out a detail, something because I was young enough to where I was excluded for some from specific social circles, and so there were things happening that I didn't realize at a young age that they ended up just telling me just out of conversation, just talking about it. And I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't realize that. And I feel like that happens almost every time we go see Graham, and then happens often with Liz, just like secrets about either the family or, just weird stuff that you wouldn't tell, an 8-year-old, but for some reason it comes out and I'm kind of oblivious anyway. So it's like no surprise. So it's less personality.
Like, what?
Yeah, Eric, like the FBI agent, right? Like,
I know.
But even more like out of my world. Stuff like that happens a lot too.
Yeah.
So, Emily, if you could please, so I think I shared a little bit about what I imagine the cool parts of being a sibling are. Can you give me what your perspective on, like, what do you think it's like being an only child?
I feel like it might be a little bit lonely, but maybe you might not know that right away because that's just your life and that's your world.
Right.
And then I imagine, like, I don't know if it's just my perspective as, like, also an only daughter, but, like, a fair degree of pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think those things are, pretty accurate. Like, I think I handle alone time very well because it doesn't read as lonely first. But I was saying to Eric, I think before you hopped on, that like a difficult aspect of aging parents is knowing that I will be the sole caretaker for them, and that when they're gone, like my family lore and my family history like solely resides with me.
Right.
So like but I don't necessarily, like you, to your point, like I don't know if I code it as lonely because it's like all I know. And I wanted siblings growing up. Like I remember asking my parents for siblings. But also like I have a sense that had I gotten siblings, I probably would have been like, the what? This is terrible. Like I like quiet, and it sounds like siblings aren't quiet.
No, they are not. In some ways, and I wonder if this is also like an only daughter or the only child moment of just like, I felt often that I got my parents' best.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how to quite interpret that for my younger brothers and sisters, or brothers anyway. But like, they gave me so much so much focused time.
Yeah.
You know, and it was different as my other siblings were growing up. Just, I mean, and every family is like has their own dynamic. Every birth order is like different, and they got a different kind of parent than I did.
Yeah.
You know? Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, like I always hear eldest children are like the icebreaker. Like they have to do all of that work.
The groundwork and it,
yeah.
you know, breaking the rules isn't as bad for the younger ones as it was for the older ones.
Right.
And like as a parent now, I get it. Back then I did not get it. Like, like I had a 10 o'clock curfew. Like until I got married.
That was a church thing, not a sibling thing.
Right. But like my younger siblings didn't even end up with a curfew by the time they came of my age. Right.
Yeah.
Which I kind of get.
I wonder if that was a daughter thing as well.
I think it probably was both. But like I think about Sam. I think about Sam and just like our oldest, just like how
he already talks about it.
Yeah, like you don't know when to like start loosening the reins because he's your first one.
Right.
And then later you're like, oh yeah, okay, I guess that was all right. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, Samuel.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So,
oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you.
I was going to move on, but if you're not.
No, that's
okay.
That's where I was headed.
So we have a lightning round. I figure we could all play together.
Okay.
Yep.
And so this is what we call Frivia, the friendship quiz. Cue the music.
Frivia.
Frivia. Okay, so let's do this. I'm not asking for specific names, but certainly think of your siblings, Emily. I'll think of mine.
I ask.
And Elaine, you ask, and maybe Elaine. Well, yeah, you ask, Elaine.
I ask.
And we'll do it. Yeah, sounds
good. Okay, people with siblings. Who was the favorite?
I want to say, I think there was Era's a favorite. Emily's going to disagree, but I think it was the oldest.
For your family or mine?
Mine.
For yours?
Yeah.
No.
Who was it? Ev?
You weirdo.
The youngest. No, it wasn't. That came later. Who is
Who's the favorite in your family, Emily?
I've left her
Joseph.
speechless.
My youngest was the favorite.
Joseph,
Joseph,
the youngest,
the baby,
youngest.
the baby.
100%.
Yeah,
Okay.
still is.
Emily, in your family, who got away with the most?
Joseph.
Joseph,
The
the
youngest.
favorite.
The youngest.
For sure.
Eric, who got away with the most?
Probably my brother.
Yeah.
Graham did. Okay.
Yeah. So
Eric,
that would be middle.
who cried most?
Me.
Baby Eric.
I still
by
cry the
far,
most.
by far.
He's the most emotional.
That's one of those characteristics I've taken with me. And
Yeah.
haven't left behind. I just
Yeah.
cry all the time.
Emily, in your family?
It was me because I would cry when I get mad, and I got mad a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that
you
would
guys-
be that's
Sure.
oldest and middle.
Yeah.
Did you create criers? Like,
Yeah.
did 2 criers come together to
yes.
birth 5 criers?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 I think our middle is probably the least cryy, middle and youngest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Emily, of your brood, who would survive the apocalypse?
Our middle.
Middle.
Oh wait.
Okay.
Of my family or my kids?
Yeah.
Your
My
your
family.
siblings.
Your
Your siblings.
siblings.
Yeah.
Me.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that.
Ooh. Eric.
It's middle.
Who would
It's
survive
Micah.
the apocalypse
Micah
for
was-
Emily's family? Micah? Okay. All right. Why?
Micah? Because he's always prepared. He's got 8 knives on him at any given moment. He's got like that weird mentality, you know?
I kind of feel like Eric.
He's backing into his car spots.
I feel like he would get too excited and he would stab his own self with all of his knives. That's how that would go
stab his
down.
own self. Yeah, like I think just from obviously I only know Emily. I don't know your brothers,
Right.
but I just feel like Emily's got the staying power and like probably more of the like how to like live a life, not just survive.
adapt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Emily would be out there like week 1 being like, all right, I'm doing some seed collecting and like I'm going to figure out how to purify the water. Whereas it sounds like maybe Micah would like maybe like slay some zombies,
Yeah,
but
he
like
Yeah, I guess that's where
Yeah.
I come from. That's the kind of apocalypse I'm thinking of.
Emily, you can come to our place during the apocalypse because Eric's trying to like ride a horse out into
Thank you
zombie land to
so
like
much.
yeah. Don't
sounds
you
I'm
can
not
leave
trying
him.
to do that.
Sounds perfect.
That's his vision of the apocalypse.
I would be the first to die. There's no question. I mean,
In your group?
I think just in general,
You'd be in the
Okay,
first wave.
the first casualty of the entire apocalypse.
You're patient 0. Eric, who of your siblings would start a cult?
Oh, sorry, I snorted.
Graham,
You think?
the middle.
Okay,
Yeah,
the
he's so
middle.
charismatic, and
Yeah.
he gets everybody to do stuff for him.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
like, "This is such a great idea," and he gets everyone involved, and then he slowly backs out. That's it.
Okay.
It's so great, but it's also like, oh, you could start a cult. He's like
Yeah.
super dynamic.
But interestingly, was the one who left the cult.
100%, which is why he'll never do
Well,
it.
I think that's
Just go
the
start
deal.
a different one.
He's really self-aware.
Yeah.
The leaders know what's going on. They don't.
Right.
They don't. You know.
Right,
Yeah. Anyway.
right. Emily, which of your sibs would
Well, that's
start a
tricky
cult?
one. That's a tricky one. I would say Micah. By
A
accident.
knife cult?
Yeah.
Knife call. I would say you.
Say me. Okay, I was gonna say me, but I felt like I already chose me before, and that would be.
You're calculated. You're like. You're.
You're a real conniving bitch.
So, like during the zombie apocalypse, I'll save everybody by starting a cult.
Right.
Right.
You would be leading the colony.
Okay. All right. 2 more questions. Eric, who of your siblings was the snitch?
The youngest,
Ev.
hands down.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I was just like, she gives tattletale vibe.
Just gonna love that.
Emily.
She was so like obsessed with telling the truth. Yeah. So it was more of like a moral conviction than it was like tattletaling.
She was like
And it was so annoying.
a 4-year-old practicing radical candor.
Yeah.
Okay, Emily, which one of your siblings was the snitch?
I don't know, honestly. Like, it wasn't
You guys
me.
were all pretty
We were pretty
buttoned up.
We were. I don't know.
I don't think there was one.
This is when Emily tells us that all of her siblings have snitches get stitches tattooed on their inner
For
lip.
real though, like I feel like Joseph would have been the one to accidentally snitch because he was little and cute, and he would just like tell people anything, but he wouldn't be doing it on purpose. The rest of us were all
Right.
like, we're all quietly getting into trouble, and we're all never gonna tell.
Huh?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then I guess like kind of the reverse question is, Emily, who of the siblings would help you hide the body?
Oh, all of them.
Yeah. Wow.
Again,
Eric?
I mean, I would go to her family, honestly.
Bypass your siblings. You're like,
No,
Mike
but
has
if I
got
had
you.
to choose, it would probably. I would say the oldest.
I would say Liz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Agree.
Like she's gonna also though
She's
like
so
tell
loyal.
me. Yeah, like tell me if you think this is accurate or not. But like I feel like Liz is gonna help you hide the body, but the whole time she's gonna be like, Eric, you friggin'
mother-
nutbag. Like, can't believe you're making me do that. But like she's doing it, you know? Like,
Yeah.
But she's just disappointed in you the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds about
Well,
right. Yeah.
That would have been really boring if we asked the only child those questions. So smart play, Eric.
Trivia.
That works.
Brought to you by Graham.
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 Thank you, Graham.
Thank you, Graham.
Graham. This is
Neat.
where we talk about Graham Kirk, like NPR hosts.
He's our favorite sponsor and
Favorite sponsor?
a true
CEO
and
of.
loyal listener.
Yes.
Nice. Neat. Thanks, Emily.
All right.
All right. See you
All
Thanks,
guys.
babe. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Okay, so now we have to do our deep reflection segment.
Deep reflection segment.
Are we still playing our You have to
Childhood
finish it.
roles? Do siblings shape your identity or lock you into it?
And
I think that goes back to what I was saying at the beginning is I think we assume roles according to our personalities, but certainly according to our position in the lineup. But I do think as we grow older, we obviously, you mature and you kind of grow out of a lot of them. But then when you go back home for that family reunion, they think you're little still, or, you still have these things going on about you, or don't take you seriously like you want to be taken.
It's interesting. Like I think about that phenomenon you might experience if you graduate in high school and maybe you're going off to college or you're like moving to a new place and you're like excited for that reinvention that you can do. But like, it's hard to do that with siblings because they've known you from day one. So you're like, this is the new me. And they're like, loser.
Right. So a good example of this is I've been doing some graphics work for my brother's company.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
But he's kind of stepped back, as Graham does, and that's fine. He's running a company.
Yeah.
But he's putting me in contact with one of its employees. And I had to it was a split second, but I started talking about Graham like his brother. And then she was like, whoa, that sounds like, what a brother would say. And it was like, oh, right. I should probably not.
You're like, oh, right. Mr. Graham.
But also it was like, it felt kind of good because it's like, I'm never going to get fired from this position. I can do and say whatever I want. And
that's great. I'm glad to hear nepotism is alive and well in North Carolina.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then I guess
I don't think we outgrow our roles as siblings, within the family group. I don't think we quite lose. Like, Ev's always going to be the youngest.
Yeah.
Liz is always going to be the oldest, and that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
And I think
okay, but I guess like that is all to say that like when those roles, like when Liz needs you, like it's not rigid in that you're like, nope, sorry, you're the protector.
No,
you're like,
no,
I got you. Like,
I hope so.
Yeah, I've seen it. You were there for her during hard times. Yeah, I think that like we were talking about, siblings, it's probably like you have this hard time reinventing yourself around them, but that's like kind of a blessing to have someone who knew you when, quote unquote, like they're like, hey, Eric, you've always been super compassionate, or hey, Eric, you've always been a little afraid of blank, and it can help you like know yourself better because someone has known you for so long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree. Especially being as close as I am to my siblings.
Yeah. And I think it makes me think as an only child that it's part of why I like cultivate friendships the way I do. Because I like long-term friendships matter so much to me because I don't have that same longevity of like relationship with a sibling.
I would say, and I have nothing to back this, but I would say you have more long-term friends than like the average person.
Yeah. It's because I moved and I was an only child. So it was like I was trying to hold on to like chapters, people that I, encountered along the way.
You got good at it.
That's right. I had a lot of practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Siblings. Am I right? Should we splash down?
I think it's time to splash down. Okay. So I had dreams about you.
You had dreams about me?
I had dreams about
see you.
I was dreaming and I was aware that I was looking for you and that I needed to I felt like I needed to scramble. Like, oh, I got to figure out, because I don't have a word yet. I got to at least come up with one myself that if
we find each other,
if you dream anything that has something to do with what I was trying to communicate,
you would be like,
yeah. And okay. And tell me, I don't know if you've dreamed much since our last conversation, but I'll just spoil it because this is not the official word. This is what I came up with in my. Okay. So here it is. I felt like I was diving into images trying to pull Elaine out. So I was seeing lots of things and I knew you were in them. And so I was like, I could recognize your like presence.
Yeah.
But I was like, how do I get her out of that wooden statue? How do I get her out of that? And they were like wooden carvings like you saw in the orphanage movie of the house. Yeah, so you're like in the orphanage house and I'm like, this is Elaine. I know it. How do I like... And so there,
get her.
Yeah, it was even like I could kind of like recognize your eyes, like in the... But the whole, anyway. So... our word, we hadn't decided on a word yet. So the idea, because we had talked about fruit, like pineapple, whatever.
Yeah, pineapple sausage.
So word came to mind, and I knew I had to act
in your
fast.
Dream.
So in my dream, I was like, okay. What am I going to be the word? And I was like, maybe lemon or mango or pineapple. I'm thinking fruit.
Tropical fruit.
I stuck with lemon. Okay. So I kept seeing your face inside of these images, or like it wasn't your face, but it was like I knew you
knew it was me.
It was like you were on the other side of it, like you were in your dream, and there was like this object, and so I was like chasing you down. It was like you're kind of elusive, so it was like I would turn, and then I would like see your foot, like running away. Almost like a ghost, but not a scary one.
No, just like a image, like a projection.
Yeah. And so I've never dreamed. I don't recall ever dreaming about you before.
Whoa, interesting.
So I think just because we were talking about it,
of course,
had me. You were always kind of elusive, and you started becoming like this little girl that was just like a stone's throw away. You know, like, again, I would look down a hallway and you would already be running down the next door, and I would see a part of you, like you,
a hand, or
yeah, you're, you know, I see like this. It was like this, like a boarding school shoe, like a typical like Catholic girl shoe.
Yeah.
But then I saw this little girl who, again, wasn't you, or maybe it was you as a child, but you were wearing this pinstripe,
very, very cool blazer.
Yeah, it was a blazer. It was, it wasn't blue. It was white with thin red stripes, like vertical stripes.
Yeah.
And
that
I was
definitely
thinking,
me. I love blazers.
I was like, this is Elaine's version of Where's Waldo, because he wore a red and white striped shirt.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I'm saying, and in the dream, I'm like, this is because I'm trying to find
You're trying
her.
to find me. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so this is how Elaine would dress if Elaine was Where's Waldo. And it was like a lesbian blazer.
A lesbian blazer. Classic.
And then there was, have you ever painted your fingernails?
Yeah.
Like, was that, okay.
Yeah.
I saw that you had white fingernails, painted fingernails. And so in my dream, I was like, that's something significant. I've never seen Elaine paint her fingernails. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change those white fingernails with my mind to look like lemons. And hopefully she'll notice
that. I'll be like, what?
Yeah, and be like, I have lemon fingernails. So that's kind of the gist of it. That's all of it. Was there anything about that? Maybe the blazer, but that seems kind of so.
Well, here's how that hits me is, first of all, I just want to commend you for your dream powers, because it is very, I would say that you have an aptitude, because not everyone, first of all, you had lucidity in your dream.
Yeah.
You were like aware that you were dreaming and that you could manipulate that. That's important.
Okay.
That's like a big deal. Second,
I'm not able to do that often.
Well, that's significent. Like that,
I think because there was intention behind it.
Yeah.
I was able to.
You can practice this. Like you can like get better at it. Then that's interesting. I think so. There was one night where I actually remembered to like see you. The rest of the time I forgot to. But the night that I remembered, I didn't see you, but I had this recurring dream that I've been having when I like set intention to my dream. And it's so weird. It's that like, basically my cat can talk to me, and like he's like my companion in my dream. And we're like,
one of your spirit guides, right?
Yes. So I'm like, he's like with me, and I'm like, should we go this way? Should we go that way? And in that night that I did remember to like set some intention, the conversation I remember having with my cat was that I was like, what were we supposed to be doing? Like I was and he was like, he wasn't helping me. He was just like, it doesn't matter. Like, well, I don't know. Like he just like, and I was like, no, like there was something we were going to do tonight. And he was like, I don't know. So that's that.
Your spirit guide psychic animal is telling you
like,
this is not what you think it is.
Yeah. He's like, don't worry about it. Eric's off chasing some little girl in another realm. Turning her fingernails into lemons.
What a creep.
He's like, you're not even warm. Like, you guys are cold.
That poor little girl.
Yeah, I know. Poor thing in that ugly blazer. So here's what I think we should do. I think, so as we continue our practice, it's important that like it's okay that I know lemon, and I think we should stick with lemon as our known word, but as we get better, we know that there's like something that we can reach for that's like the
right,
secret
but now
word.
you know lemon, and it's like me knowing that I'm looking for Elaine, that I start dreaming about Elaine. You know, you're just going to start dreaming about it, not necessarily connected to me anymore.
Well, I guess how I view it is that like with intention and with practice, like if I do believe, and I do, that like when we dream, we can like access other things. It's like the more we know what we're looking for, probably the like less stuff gets in the way. So if I'm like Eric and lemons and Eric
so
and lemons
means
like
clarity. Yeah, you're
yeah, whatever. And so like I bet if we keep practicing, and by we I mean me because I kept forgetting, that sorry, that like we could get to a point where we get beyond just like, yeah, I did dream about you and there were lemons. Oh my God. But it was like we get to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm like, I feel like I saw you and we were in the same dream. Like, can you describe what the dream was like? Because and I will have written down
your partner.
Exactly. Where I can be like, I think we were in the same place.
So it's when we can pass that message on. Really, is what I'm trying to do. I'm not necessarily trying to look for you or find you. It's communicating this word
somehow
to you in some
way,
very abstract.
Totally.
But that's when we know we win. Okay.
I can't wait. Should we do it again?
We should definitely do it again.
Okay.
This was great.
Was
we got to get Emily on more too because
she's great. She's great. She's super great.
Yeah.
Okay. Love you.
All right. Love you too.
Bye.
See ya. You remembered to do an outro. Proud of you.